Welcome back. The work of fundraising can seem lonely work at times, filled with never-ending tasks. This podcast is not a podcast to add to your task list or to experiment with a new fundraising trend. Our field is the ancient field of generosity that spans all cultures. This podcast seeks that deeper wisdom of being a person in the beautiful space where generosity occurs. Each week, we take 5 minutes to reflect on a quote and 1 or 2 coaching questions to ground you for the week to come. And don't forget, subscribe to this weekly podcast in your favorite podcast app. For the next few weeks, we will be diving into reflections from a study with the science of generosity. I am reading a quote from The Paradox of Generosity by Christian Smith and Hilary Davidson, 2014 edition. The quote begins, "Practicing generosity often has the power to overcome those life-corroding tendencies and outlooks and lead to better health and greater happiness. How so? In most cases, in order to start practicing true generosity, people have to come to terms with whether they believe they live in a world of scarcity or abundance." This deeply emotional, existential issues we are discussing here have to be confronted and resolved. Generosity will always be reluctant, anxious, and hesitant when it comes out of a believed world of scarcity. And that means that it will probably not last very long or be very useful. But the moral challenge of generosity can push people to confront and overcome their emotional existential fears about insufficiency, their psychological perceptions of scarcity as a mode of life that governs their world. Sometimes this is a gradual process. Other times it can be dramatic. No matter how it happens, the testimony of those who have shifted their minds, spirits, and emotions from an imagined world of scarcity and insecurity to one of abundance, blessing, sufficiency, and overflow is almost always the same. It is liberating. It removes a weight, a burden, a nagging fear. It sets one free to appreciate and enjoy what one has, rather than being burdened with the wish that one had more or worry about losing it. This kind of personal transformation shores up the personal security grounded in believing that, whatever the future holds, one will always have enough. It makes every bite more tasty, every sensual enjoyment more pleasurable, every good more blessed, every sunset more beautiful, every embrace more warm, every day more of a gift. And it often also makes one want to share what one has with others, that is, to become a lot more generous. This is the experience and testimony of people who have undergone the paradigm revolution from an understood world of scarcity to one of abundance. End quote. Our work in fund development is a moral challenge to our communities. Are we up for it? As we encourage donors in their journey away from scarcity to abundance, we do so because this generosity of abundance brings flourishing to our communities, life to our donors, and joy to our missions. Let's reflect on 2 questions this week. As you reflect on some of the donors to your organization, how have you seen this transformation from scarcity to abundance? What about you and I? Are we seeing that transformation from scarcity to abundance in our own lives? To explore fundraising coaching, visit servingnonprofits.com. I will see you next week.